Hello everybody, welcome to another series of tutorials on the Chevening interview questions and answers. As you know, this is the fourth video in this tutorial or course or crash course or in this playlist, let's say it, where we talk about step-by-step guide on how to, go to the interview for the Chevening Scholarship. What are the questions and what are the answers. So probably you have been to this playlist and you have come to the fourth video. If you haven't watched the first, second, third videos, which are on the timeline and the details of the interview, the first question based on the essay, the first essay questions, the second essay questions, and this is the third essay questions. Question, which is going to be mainly about the study plan or the courses plan essay, what you want to study, where do you want to study, and what things are covered in your courses. So to go directly into the questions, first I want to explain that there are many other questions which we will discuss in the fourth and sixth to ninth videos coming in this playlist. It doesn't mean that these questions that we are going to talk in here, they are going to be exactly these questions in the interview. These are the questions based on the essay, and as you can see, I'm sharing you my essay that we wrote together. If you have followed me my other videos regarding the essay writing for the Chevening Scholarship Program, here in this tutorial, I'm going to share those possible questions that are going to be asked based on the essay, and each essay, like the leadership, the networking, the study plan, and in the next video we are going to talk about the career plan. Definitely there are going to be other questions regarding your achievements and everything that will be covered in the general questions section. What I want you to do is, as we go through my essay here in the third essay, I want you to open your third essay as well, and the same questions that I'm asking myself, as I remember, as I have noted it from my two interviews that I passed for the Chevening Scholarship, I want you to ask the same questions from yourself, and you answer them the way you want it. I am just guiding you along this process. So before we go to my essay, as usual, as you have seen before, let's get to this PowerPoint presentation and talk about these important issues. In the interview, again, mainly on your submitted essay. So whatever you want to talk, try to be exactly what you have submitted or wrote in your essay. You don't have to change things suddenly, something that you have not talked in the essay, and then you suddenly talk about it and then confuse the panel, or they might ask you more questions which will consume your time. Your courses of study, you have to concentrate very much on the course of study, what you really want to study, what are the things whenever the questions are regarding to your studies. Don't try to talk about the other fields. Maybe, I have seen friends who were concerned, what if I have been asked questions from other fields or other things? No, everything is just on your own course of study, nothing else. Relation to your past work and future plan, whenever you want to talk about your classes and your courses, try to relate them to your past, volunteer work, professional work, whatever work that you have had, and also your future plan. You say, because I worked in the mining sector and I have this experience, that is why I have chosen like mining and industries or engineering or I don't know, exploration or whatever that is related to the mining field, for example. And you say, in the future I'm going to work at the Ministry of Mining and Petroleum or anything. If you are a lawyer, you say, I have studied law, I've been working as an internship or a professional capacity, you have worked for these kind of law fields, and that's why you want to study your master's degree in law, in LLM, and you want to work for the legal sector. You want to be a lawyer, a judge, or a commercial law or a criminal law lawyer at the local or international level. So it should be very much related. You always have to think to answer the questions keeping in mind that it should be related to your field of study. Your plans for this course, you have to be prepared that what are your plans that you want to study in this course. So you will be asked many questions, because course of study, one part is mostly it's about future. So let's say 10%, 20% is about your background in the past, but more how do you want to study, where do you want to study, your time management, what else do you want to study, do you want to work during your study. So there are many questions that we will go through in this video. And also what kind of plans that you have, which kind of classes that you want to take, and why these classes. And then the last question is, what can these courses teach you in the future? What you will learn and what will you do for the future? So these are the things that I think these are my tips that I want to tell you to keep in mind. Now let's go to my essay. I want you to open your essay, so we go together with your essay, and we find questions, brainstorm questions, and you can find the answers. So before I go to my essay, if you are still here with me following these videos and you find my tutorials helpful, please subscribe, and not just subscribe. Next to the subscribe, there's a ring or a bell. Click on it and select all, not just personalized, and you will get any kind of tips and tricks I upload immediately. You just get a notification and it's not going to disturb you. If you don't find my tutorials and my videos helpful, don't subscribe. But if you find it, subscribe, like, and write your comments in the below. Or if you see any other people's comments in the below that nobody has answered, please answer them if you know the correct answer. So here we go to my essay. As you can see, I start this with an introduction paragraph. I say I have been involved in reconstruction in economic development of Afghanistan since 2010 when I was an interpreter, and then I have been working for the 10 years for this field. And also I talk about WTO, investment, trade, and business law. Actually, I am not studying business, although I'm talking about the economy, investment, business, and commerce, but I am studying international commercial law, because international commercial law, it's all about foreign investment, business, commerce, trade, and etc. And then in the second paragraph, I talk about I am interested in trade and commercial law, which may take classes, because I was interested in commerce and commercial law both. So I took classes both in commerce and commercial law and trade law and investment and WTO and these things during my university. So you will be asked questions, why your field. I was asked, why international commercial law, why commerce, why business, why trade, why do you want to study this? And then I said, well, I study this field because I had interest. I have been doing I'm an entrepreneur, I have done business, and instead of just being a businessman, I want to be a business lawyer or an arbitrator working for a commercial dispute resolution or alternative dispute resolution. So you kind of you need to know why you study this field and what is the relation of this field that you study to your past. So for example, if I would say I am studying computer science, but I didn't, my background is a lawyer, of course, I wouldn't be at the interview at the first place. So if you are at the interview, of course, congratulations. That means that you have done your homework and, you're going to be possibly a winner. So it should have a very close relation. In the past, I worked for this field, and now I have took classes during my undergraduate. I'm interested. You don't have to just say like, I'm a businessman, I want to study business. Well, that makes obviously very sense. But when it comes to when it comes to academics, you need to show that during your undergraduate degree, you also took classes in that specific field, because when we go to masters, it's not master of laws, it's like a specific master of international commercial law, master of criminal law. Or if you are studying other subjects like IT, you just don't study IT, masters in IT. Of course, it's masters like in database and designing and coding and whatever. So we get to the specifics. That's why be prepared to be asked such kind of question, what kind of classes you have had during your undergraduate degree. And then I was also like asked questions like what kind of courses have you studied and what kind of courses do you want to study during your master's degree in the UK. So you have to do your research, you have to do a complete research on the courses offered at your university. In case if you cannot find the curriculum of your university, please write the name of your university, and you can request me in the comments below to make a video on how to conduct research to find the curriculum of the universities, and based on your subject, find out the curriculum and the courses offered at every university. Because once you sit in the panel, you should be able to say that my university, for example, my first choice was University of Aberdeen. University of Aberdeen offers courses on GATT or WTO laws, or energy and natural resources, or environment protection law, and I want to study that specific class. You don't have to know the code for the class, but you have to have a very general knowledge about the class. That's what you need to know to show specifically what you want to study at that course. So you will also be like another question possibly would arise that what are the needs based on your volunteer work or professional work that you study these subjects or this course. For example, I said I'm working as a deputy director for this center, and they said, well, you should be paid well, you should have a good job, a good position, you are like the second person regarding arbitration in your country, so you should be very happy. There is no need to get masters. So why you go to get masters? You have job, you have everything, you're happy. But I said, well, yes, I am happy, I have a good position, I have a good job, but still I need to learn these things, and the reasons why I need to have read these classes or take these classes in the UK, and the reason why I need to have masters in this university, because it helps me to learn these things. When you are in the interview and you talk and you show off, you say, well, I'm this, I'm that, then you will definitely be asked, because you have a job, you have good payment, maybe good salary, and everything is good. Why do you need to go to the UK to study? You just go work. You don't need a master's degree to work, because you have a work and you are successful. So you have to be prepared to say that, yes, I am successful. You don't have to say I'm not successful. You should say that you are successful, but still you need to have the following knowledge, the following understanding, and the following achievements, or like, you lack such kind of intelligence or knowledge to, do the following tasks, and you should know what things you should know on your field. I cannot comment on this, and the reason is because I'm a lawyer and your fields might be different. I just want to explain my own, not explain, I just give you exactly what I gov in my own answers to this question, why I should study and not just continue my working with my bachelor degree. I said I'm working in this center, ACDR, and also I'm working in my social organization, Roshna Social Organization, but I lack the knowledge for arbitration in my country, because arbitration, it's a part of law if you're not a law student, which is very new in my country. Not a lot of people in my country know about arbitration. Arbitration is like alternative to courts, and we don't know how to manage cases. We don't know in Afghanistan how to prepare the documents, the laws, what are the required laws. We have a lot of problems in arbitration law. Even the laws amended, made by the parliament, although they are amended, still the laws that are enacted in my country, they have a lot of problems to be fixed, and we don't know it. I don't know it, although, as you said, I'm the second person in arbitration dispute resolution in my country, but still there are these problems, and I don't have the knowledge to present my propose amendments and corrections in these laws to the president, to the cabinet, to the parliament, to fix these things. So I need to do my research. I need to go and study, learn the fundamental issues regarding these arbitration, and then return back to my country and do a small change. So when you talk about your career, you talk about your subjects that you want to study, you don't have to think very big that, okay, I want to go to the UK to learn things and then return back to my country and be the president of my country. Nobody expects you to just, and no, you will not just by getting a master's, you will not be the president in your country. But you just need to talk about a very small change in your country, but the best way possible, and show it and be realistic so that you really want to change that thing. That's what I was doing at my office, at the place where I was working. I was taking my master's degree in the same field. I was working at the Chamber of Commerce. I applied for international commercial law, which is something that's related to trade and commerce and business, and I said there are these problems and I want to come and resolve this. I gave a lot of explanation. Why? Because you will be asked a lot of questions on your courses as well, because why you study, it's very important. The whole goal of you, it's not about your future, your career, your leadership, your networking. It's about the studying in the UK. That's why be prepared to answer a lot of questions. So these questions will pop up. So be prepared to say why you study this course. Another question when it comes to your first choice, second choice, and third choice, as you can see in my essay, and definitely your own essay, the 3 universities, you will be asked what's your first choice of university, and I said, well, University of Aberdeen. You will be asked the same thing, and your university is XYZ. The first question, why University of X, and why University of Y, third, University of Z. So you should be prepared to know the differences, why Aberdeen was my first, and another university was my second and my third. You should be prepared to answer why. And then when you answer why, you should give very realistic answers. You cannot fake it, because the panel might be original people from the UK. They are from maybe Scotland, Wales, and England. And if you talk about your university, you should give the details why. I give you my explanation. I was asked why University of Aberdeen, why not London? Because everybody chooses a university in London, but you choose in a very far place, Aberdeen. I think there's no more farther or northern university. I don't know it. There might be. Why all the way to the north? And I said, well, I am more of an introvert person. I don't like crowded places. I don't like the city. You don't have to be very negative. You don't say, I don't like people, I don't like traffic, because if you say, I don't like, it means you're complaining. Don't be a complainy person. I said, I am not interested in busy cities. I love calm places. I love nature. In London, you don't see nature. You don't see jungles. You don't see trees. You don't see rivers. You don't see the sea. Aberdeen is next to the North Sea. I said, well, yes, I love nature. I love jungles. Aberdeen has a very small city. The people in Aberdeen, they are real English or Scottish people. That's what I like. But in England, you normally see, other people who have migrated to London. You don't see original Londoners or UK people. But in Aberdeen, I would learn more about the culture. I will learn more about the Scottish people, the history. There are a lot of beautiful places. I even knew that University of Aberdeen is very close to Seaton Park. Seaton Park is very famous in Aberdeen. It's a very, very green and beautiful place. I will share the pictures and another videos you can see about the Aberdeen that I will upload very soon, or maybe you can already see it. So I talked about the place, and I talked not just why, because of the crowdness and these things. I talked about the professors. I knew that a couple of professors at the Aberdeen University, they are at the Kluwer arbitration, or the Kluwer website, which is a database for arbitration. You can find academic articles there, and one of my professors is working there, or writing articles, or editing. She is in the I cannot tell about the details, but she's there. So I was talking that, okay, she is there and she's going to teach these kind of classes that I want to take. And she is an arbitrator, she's an academic person writing books, and she's also teaching. She was not she, but there were a couple of professors I talked about. So these are the examples that you need to give about the university as well. Other thing will be questions will pop up, and the same thing, your second university and your third university. Now get back to the studying. So you will be asked question, how will you manage your time during your studying? You know, do you know your timings, what kind of classes you will take? Have you seen the schedules? Have you contacted other students? Do you know how is the weather there, how you can, you know, handle your classes? So then, okay, I had to explain that I work a full-time job beside a part-time volunteer job, and I'm studying, and I'm so taking care of my life. So when I'm in Aberdeen, I am not having a full-time job, I'm not having a part-time job, I'm just, you know, living and doing my studies. So I have enough time to commit myself to my studies. So try to have a plan or an explanation how you do time management, you know. Okay, so what things will you do? I knew that in Aberdeen near my university there's a sports village, like Aberdeen Sports Village. I said because it has a relation or a partnership with the University of Aberdeen, I will definitely be part of the sports center, and I will, you know, participate in swimming competitions, at the gym, and playing tennis and football and all other things. So this is how you should give explanation about your time management. You participate on those things. You will be asked questions, why that specific course. For example, there's international commercial law, international business law, international trade law. The panel, if they are very, very expert, they will ask questions. Why didn't you take international trade law? Why you took international commercial law? And then I give my explanations why I took those classes and how I do it. You will also be asked based if you are writing dissertation or you are doing, for example, practical skills, and they will ask you what will be your dissertation about. I wasn't asked dissertation. I was asked, but I said I don't have dissertation because I study professional skills. Professional skills program, you do practical work, you don't write anything. You do write, but it's more of practical work. That's why I didn't answer it. So be prepared if you're asked what your dissertation is going to be about, you have to know the answer. So you're also going to be asked questions regarding, you know, your involvement in the university network and the programs and the activities, clubs and these things. You have to be prepared to know about all those activities at the university and to say that you want to participate in these things. So this video started to get long. I don't want to go more into the details. This is a crash course. I hope you understand what I mean by crash course. This is not that we go to all the questions randomly. We, you know, specifically talk about the essays, and then in the future videos in this playlist, maybe this is video number 4 and video number like 6 up or over, you will find various or random questions you will be asked. So some of the questions will be based on your answers. When you answer something and you say sports village, like I said, then they asked me, okay, where's the sport village? What's that? And then I had to give explanations. So some questions will definitely pop up, and you have to be prepared. When you give an answer, be prepared. If something is vague, they will ask you a question, and you should not be vague on something that you say, because if you are vague, they have, you know, a question on something that you said, then you don't understand, and you don't understand, then that's going to be a problem. I wish this video had helped you so far. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video, video number 5, where we talk about or on the questions regarding the career plan in the interview for the Chevening Scholarship Program. Have a good day and night. See you in the next video.